The acronym J111TS-CH is a jacket that has some really big secrets. Despite being the most ordinary looking acronym jacket I own, it provides the most storage and potential for storage of any jacket I've ever had. I can't put into words just how over the top you can go with this jacket if you want to. That feel when the bouncer doesn't realise that you have every mainline Tony Hawk's game concealed in just one side of the jacket. And on the right side we've got plenty of space for all the offshoots, including Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure. That's the one where you can't even manual because they thought kids were too dumb for that. I totally forgot to include my copy of Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer in this shot as well, it's killing me. But we did leave enough space for the best game of all time, Jet Set Radio Future for the original Xbox. And if none of that's your thing, you can carry an entire laptop in this. On top of this storage, the jacket also packs almost every acronym feature you could want in a jacket, and you don't have to look like a Tech Ninja cosplayer wearing it. So why'd I buy this jacket? I originally had no intention to when I saw it was released as part of the Spring-Summer 2023 collection, but I thought it was one of the coolest things that Acronym had done in a while. A little while after that, I foolishly went to Lab Store London and tried it on. I instantly loved the petrol-like colour that Acronym calls Schwarzgrün, and I found a few interesting unadvertised features about the inside of the jacket which we'll get into. I didn't buy it at that time, but I couldn't escape my thoughts about it, especially in that colour, so I ended up ordering it online. It cost me £1,030, which is painful to say out loud. Thankfully since that time I've worn it a ton and it's still my main jacket. At the time of making this video it's still available in a few places, and End Clothing had it for like only £600, but I think those are gone now. This jacket has a history as it's exactly like the J4TS from Fall/Winter 2008. Many acronym ideas that may seem new to someone who's just discovered the brand are actually reiterations of ideas they established 15 or more years ago. So why does this jacket have a new jacket number as the J11 when the J4 exists? The reason that Errolson Hugh, the founder of Acronym, gives for this is in the way that the jacket is cut and constructed. So although it may look similar, the way it's put together in manufacture isn't. The jacket has similarities to an even earlier jacket, the Recon/Subword Diptych jacket, a graffiti-orientated jacket that Acronym was commissioned to design in 2001. It features a similar tri-zipper functionality that conceals a myriad of pockets. Now with all that said, let's get into a detailed look at the features of the jacket. In the middle of the jacket there's a ton going on. First up there's these buttons with Acronym's easy to use thumb tabs to provide the first closure on the jacket. Then there's a central reverse coil zipper with what Acronym calls a shock cord attached to zip up the jacket easily. This isn't an escape zip, something that Acronym commonly features, which means you can pull the zipper up and easily break the zipper line. Next to the zipper on both sides are two more reverse coil zippers that run the same length as the central zipper to provide access to each compartment lining of the jacket. On the right side there's only one simple zipper, but the left side has two security zippers. Those are zippers that can't move when the zipper tab is folded down. Inside the lining of both sides of the jacket are two grids of TEC SYS, Acronym's term for their military-style MOLLE webbing that allows you to attach peripheral pockets and other items. They sell a range of pretty damn expensive modular pockets you can buy, but you can also use standard military attachments that you can buy at pretty much any army surplus shop as well. We'll look into both later. On the left side lining there's a dedicated chest pocket that has a velcro patch where you can put a plain tape, a logo tape, or sound force lock. That's the magnets that hold earphones in place. I'm not sure why they didn't add the same pocket to the right side, as this space is basically underutilized on the other side, and we really do like pockets here. One unadvertised thing of note about this area is that the hand pocket lining is sewn in such a way that it almost gives two extra internal pockets on each side. You can put your hand down the front of the pocket lining and there's a stitch for the hand pocket opening which provides separation along this area. Now bear with me because this might be slightly confusing. There is a small gap that's about an inch wide between these two separations, so small items you store here could slide between each compartment, but if you want to store something big like a wallet or a power bank it works well. One last thing of note is that if you want someone to defeat a bouncer on the left side, in the same lining you can place something all the way down here. It's like a super miniature deep pocket that's ideal to store paracetamols or baking soda. There's one special feature around the button closure of the jacket. When you have the TEC SYS grid loaded with attachments of your choice, you can snap these extra buttons Acronym calls tether snaps to provide a kind of shelf to help you look at what you have attached to the grid. Now I don't really get this feature in terms of practicality, but hey, it's there. Acronym's best feature, the jacket sling, is present on this jacket, and it can be attached internally and externally. I personally go for external because I like the look of it and I can easily reach if I forget to uncinch it before I put the jacket on. I'm actually yet to get myself into some sort of Looney Tunes accident where I accidentally hook myself in public and ping myself in the back, but I'm waiting for the day. The collar of the jacket can be popped up to unveil two areas for Acronym's Velcro patches to be placed. That gives you a total of 3 on this jacket. The classic way that Acronym showed the utility of these patches was to place a phone or music player in the high internal pocket, and then have the earphones lead to the sound force lock ready to be used. At least that's how they did it in 2008. Now of course they show these being used with wireless earbuds, which I've still never felt like risking. Of course as a modern Acronym jacket, aux zip is here. That's a zipper around the collar that lets you attach a liner jacket or a face mask. Since my last video, I've bought a second NG4PS neck gaiter in case I make a friend. I still haven't bought an Acronym liner jacket. I really want something like the J64TS-S or the J74PX. Just imagine having the J64TS-S under this jacket. 2 layers of TEC SYS and modular pockets, an airport's nightmare. The sleeves of this jacket also feature rings in the cuff for a liner jacket to attach to. I haven't seen this in any of my other Acronym jackets. The jacket is made out of a material by Scholler called Shape 3 times Dry. It's water repellent, so it stops moisture from coming into the jacket, and the moisture that it does absorb gets spread over a large surface, which has the effect of it drying quickly. So if you're in light rain it will cope, but if you're in a storm it's going to get wet. It's also pretty resistant to stains, and I found it easy to wash by putting it in the washing machine several times. I found the jacket to work well in all seasons, but the hand pockets are meshy and don't provide insulation in cold climates when the jacket's unzipped. When it comes to construction, if you look closely at most Acronym items, you'll see that they often have very interesting paneling between sections of material. Look at the details on this sleeve, for instance. It has all these non-standard points of articulation. Also, this jacket did have quite a lot of loose threads around it when it was new, which I trimmed off myself. Nothing to really worry about. If Acronym really wanted to send this jacket over the edge in terms of functionality, I think they only really needed to add 2 things. One being gravity pockets, so that's the sleeve pockets that have a release tab in them to slide out whatever you have in them into your hands. And the other being interop, so that's the functionality to allow you to wear an Acronym bag partially concealed around the jacket. It is, however, totally understandable that it didn't include this, as this jacket already has so much utility. Of course, this jacket came in a classic Acronym sandwich bag. In the past, it always used to be the odd retailer that for some reason didn't deliver Acronym in its packaging. Of course, Lab Store London isn't one of these. It's got to be one of the most closely affiliated with Acronym shops out there. I knew buying an Acronym product with the TEC SYS grid was a dangerous road to go down. As I mentioned earlier, Acronym's modular pockets are pretty expensive, so with this jacket you get to have the fun of buying a jacket you know you need to spend more money on to fully enjoy. So there's 2 routes you can take with this: buying the modular pockets from Acronym's mother site, which is the only place where they sell them, or going to an army surplus shop and getting kitted out for cheap. Now when it comes to Acronym's modular pockets, they're released very infrequently and are often astonishingly expensive. The current range on their website goes from 82 to 288 euros. It contains pen pockets, these wallet type pockets which are made out of TEC SYS and can have further things attached to them, these zippered pockets, and finally these small zippered pockets with velcro tapes on them. In the past, Acronym have made many types of modular pockets, some of which haven't been reissued for years, despite how they're constantly releasing items that have the TEC SYS grid on them. Many of these have the design origin in army wear, and there's even this one notorious one which is a solar panel that charges a power bank which hasn't been issued in 10 to 15 years. It's a shame we don't get anything as wacky today. You really have to wonder how well that worked. Late last year I opted to buy my first modular pockets, which was the 3A MZ5s, which I added to an order when I bought a 3A1CR bag from the mother site, as Acronym charged an insane 55 euros to ship to England and I didn't fancy paying it twice. These are sold as a pair and they have this classic Acronym design where the pocket is sewn in such a way that the zipper has a flap and naturally conceals itself outside of usage. This style of pocket is seen on many Acronym jackets and trousers. Here it is on my P23A DS's, and here it is on my P30A DS's. So my current setup in my J111TS-CH looks like this. I have one 3A MZ5 on either side, and an AirTag carabiner as well. The MZ5 pocket just about fits my quite bulky Comme des Garçons wallet, but here's where I have to mention that I made a slight mistake in my purchasing decision. The 3A MZ5 has a pocket which is exactly like it called the 3A MZ3, the only difference being that the MZ3 is 3 centimeters longer. I kind of thought that the extra length within the TEC SYS grid might make the jacket feel rigid and unable to flex around me when I wear it, but this probably isn't true. So I cut myself out of having 3 centimeters more to work with in these pockets. This is the type of stuff that keeps me up at night. The other route to take with TEC SYS is to go to any army surplus shop where you'll most likely be able to find an entire range of army equipment that will fit a grid just fine. The sizing difference between a MOLLE webbing grid and a TEC SYS grid is pretty much the same. This was actually the first path I took when I got this jacket. I bought all these different types of army pockets from a local shop and one online retailer for less than £50. The most useful one I found was this one from the Dutch Army that perfectly fits my CDG wallet. I also bought these 3 quite big pockets that do fit but feel quite bulky when you have them inside the lining of the jacket. This lengthy one is traditionally for a knife, this one's for a medical kit, and this last one, which is the biggest I own, has 2 big pockets, a velcro pocket and a space to attach velcro patches. And lastly I have these small pockets which are originally intended for grenades and GPS. They're similarly proportioned to the ones Acronym released recently that cost €270. These ones sent me back less than £10 a piece, and I'm sure someone from some army somewhere is going to tell me that I got ripped off paying even that. So my original setup that I rocked for the first 5 months or so of owning this jacket was to have the pocket that perfectly fit my CDG wallet on one side and 3 smaller pockets on the other side. People always really tripped out when I showed them that I could secretly be carrying a bunch of hidden grenades on my person. One last thing to note about all this fun with TEC SYS is that you should probably be aware of how overloading the inside of this jacket can have the pretty unflattering effect of making you look like you have a larger stomach if you wear the jacket zipped. So that's the Acronym J111TS-CH, which I really enjoy as a subdued Acronym jacket that has some ridiculous storage potential. I can definitely see myself appreciating this years down the line as it's just so unique and easy to wear. Thanks for watching this entire video and don't forget to subscribe. I have at least 2 more really detailed acronym videos that I want to make in the future, so be on the lookout for those. In the meantime, if you've never seen my J1A comparison video, I think you'd probably enjoy that. And last part of the quest, follow me on Instagram. Thanks.